Have you ever walked down the frozen aisle of your local supermarket, pulled open the frosty glass door, and wondered how those bright, juicy strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries manage to look and taste so fresh even in the middle of winter? For many Americans, frozen fruit is a staple in smoothies, desserts, baking, or just as a quick snack, but few of us ever think about what goes on behind the scenes. The truth is, what ends up neatly packaged in that frozen bag is the result of a fascinating combination of science, technology, and tradition. It's a journey that starts in lush fields during peak harvest season and ends in ultra-modern facilities where fruit is flash frozen within hours of being picked, locking in flavor, nutrients, and natural sweetness. This process isn't just about convenience, it's about capturing the very essence of summer and making it available year-round. Today we're going to take you behind the scenes of the frozen fruit industry, exploring its history, innovations, and the meticulous production process that ensures those frozen berries taste just as good as fresh ones. The story of frozen fruit begins over a century ago with a man named Clarence Birdseye, an American naturalist and inventor who quite literally changed the way the world eats. In 1912, while on an expedition in the icy wilderness of Labrador, Canada, Birdseye noticed something extraordinary. Local indigenous people were catching fish and exposing them immediately to the harsh sub-zero temperatures of the Arctic environment. The fish froze so quickly that, when cooked months later, they tasted almost as fresh as the day they were caught. This was a revelation. Up until that point, preserving food usually meant salting, smoking, or drying, methods that extended shelf life but stripped away much of the natural taste and nutrition. Birdseye realized that the key wasn't just freezing food, it was freezing it quickly enough to preserve its cell structure, flavor, and nutrients. Inspired by what he had seen, Birdseye returned to the United States and began experimenting. After years of tinkering with various techniques, he developed a revolutionary quick freezing system in 1924 that used extremely cold air and pressure to freeze food in minutes rather than hours. This innovation was groundbreaking. Instead of limp, flavorless frozen produce, Birdseye's method delivered food that tasted fresh and retained its nutritional value. He founded the General Seafood Corporation and introduced frozen vegetables, fruits, and seafood to the market. By the 1930s, as home freezers became more common and grocery stores began dedicating entire sections to frozen products, Americans embraced this new way of enjoying seasonal flavors year-round. From that point on, frozen fruit was no longer just a novelty, it became a household essential. Fast forward to today, and the frozen fruit industry has grown into a massive global network that combines advanced farming practices, high-tech processing plants, and strict food safety standards. Modern technology allows farmers and producers to harvest fruit at the perfect stage of ripeness, transport it quickly, and freeze it at the source to preserve its natural goodness. For busy families, health-conscious consumers, and smoothie enthusiasts alike, frozen fruit provides a convenient way to enjoy the taste of freshly picked produce no matter the season. But what actually happens between the moment a berry is picked from the field and the moment it's poured into your blender? Let's break it down step by step. It all begins in the orchards and fields, where timing is everything. Fruit must be harvested at the exact moment when it is perfectly ripe, not underripe, which would compromise flavor, and not overripe, which would risk spoilage during transportation. Farmers rely on both their experience and modern tools, such as satellite imaging, soil sensors, and weather tracking, to monitor growth and predict peak ripeness. For strawberries, this may mean harvesting early in the morning when the fruit is cool, while blueberries are picked once they have reached a deep, uniform blue color that signals full sweetness. Raspberries, more delicate than both, require even greater care, as they bruise easily and must be transported almost immediately after picking. This precision ensures that only the best fruit makes it into the frozen supply chain. Once harvested, the fruit races against time to the processing facility. Speed is critical because the longer fruit sits in bins or trucks, the more it loses its natural sugars and begins to soften. At the facility, the fruit undergoes a rigorous cleaning process. Imagine tons of strawberries rolling down stainless steel conveyors as jets of purified water wash away dirt, dust, and field debris. For blueberries and raspberries, special air jets and flotation tanks are often used to remove leaves, stems, and insects without damaging the fruit. Food safety standards in the United States are strict, so fruits are not just rinsed but sanitized to ensure they are free from harmful bacteria or contaminants. This step is essential to guaranteeing that frozen fruit is just as safe as fresh produce, if not safer. After cleaning, the fruit moves to sorting. Here, both human inspectors and high-tech machines play a role. Workers with sharp eyes stand along the conveyor, quickly removing any damaged or unripe pieces, while optical sorting machines scan every berry using cameras and lasers. These machines can detect imperfections invisible to the human eye, like slight discolorations or size inconsistencies, and remove them in milliseconds using targeted bursts of air. The result is a batch of fruit that is uniform, safe, and visually appealing. By the time it leaves this stage, every berry has been carefully vetted to meet the high standards expected by American consumers. Now comes the magic: freezing. Modern facilities use a process known as IQF, or individually quick frozen technology. Instead of freezing fruits in bulk, IQF spreads them out on conveyor belts and exposes them to ultra-cold air, often at temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit. The fruit freezes within minutes, locking in flavor, color, texture, and nutrition. Because the fruit is frozen individually, rather than in clumps, you can pour out just the amount you need at home without having to hack apart a solid block of fruit. This is why frozen blueberries tumble so freely from the bag, and frozen strawberries still hold their shape long after harvest. IQF is what separates today's frozen fruit from the limp, icy produce of the past. It keeps everything as close to fresh as possible. But freezing is only part of the story. Packaging plays an equally important role in preserving quality. Once the fruit has been frozen, it moves into automated packaging lines where state-of-the-art machinery weighs precise portions and seals them into airtight bags or containers. These packages are designed not only for convenience but also for protection. They shield the fruit from freezer burn, prevent exposure to moisture or air, and extend shelf life without the need for added preservatives. Increasingly, companies are also turning toward eco-friendly packaging solutions, using recyclable materials to reduce environmental impact. After packaging, the frozen fruit is stored in massive cold warehouses before being distributed nationwide to grocery stores, smoothie chains, and food service providers. Beyond convenience, the frozen fruit industry has had a profound impact on health and nutrition. Studies show that frozen fruit retains nearly all of its vitamins, antioxidants, and minerals, often rivaling or even surpassing fresh fruit that has been transported long distances and stored for days before reaching store shelves. For example, blueberries frozen at peak ripeness may actually contain higher antioxidant levels than fresh blueberries shipped across the country. This makes frozen fruit not only a convenient option but also a highly nutritious one, especially for families striving to maintain healthy diets on busy schedules. Environmental responsibility has also become a growing focus within the industry. Freezing food helps reduce waste by extending its usable life, meaning fewer perfectly good berries end up rotting in landfills. Many producers are also adopting sustainable farming practices, such as reducing pesticide use, conserving water, and ensuring fair labor standards. Freezing facilities are investing in energy-efficient equipment and renewable energy sources to lower their carbon footprint. In this way, frozen fruit is not just a healthy choice for consumers, it's part of a broader movement toward sustainable food production. For everyday Americans, the benefits are clear. Parents can pack frozen blueberries into school lunches, athletes can blend frozen strawberries into protein shakes, and bakers can keep raspberries on hand year-round for pies, muffins, or sauces. Smoothie shops rely on the consistency of frozen fruit to deliver the same great taste every day. Even during the coldest months, when fresh berries are out of season or shipped from faraway countries, frozen fruit brings the vibrant taste of summer straight to your kitchen. It's affordable, versatile, and available in almost every supermarket nationwide. Imagine biting into a juicy strawberry in the middle of winter or blending a smoothie with blueberries that taste like they were picked fresh from the farm just hours ago. That experience is made possible thanks to the fascinating world of frozen fruit production. What many people don't realize is that behind every bag of frozen berries or diced mangoes in the supermarket lies a highly advanced process designed to capture the freshness of nature and lock it in until the moment you're ready to enjoy it. This isn't just about convenience. It's about technology, precision, and the guarantee that no matter the season, you can have fruit that tastes like summer. Today we're taking you behind the scenes of how frozen fruit is carefully processed, preserved, and delivered to homes across the United States, ensuring that every bite is bursting with flavor, nutrients, and freshness. The journey begins the moment the fruit is harvested. Timing is everything. Farmers wait until the fruit is at its peak ripeness before it is picked, because unlike some fresh fruit that's shipped long distances, frozen fruit needs to have the perfect balance of natural sweetness, texture, and color at the very start. Once harvested, the fruit doesn't linger in the fields for long. It's quickly transported to processing facilities to ensure that it retains all the goodness nature intended. Any delay could mean a drop in freshness, which is why farms and factories work hand in hand to keep the chain moving as quickly and efficiently as possible. When the fruit arrives at the facility, it faces its first critical step: cleaning. Unlike a quick rinse you might give produce at home, this is a powerful high-pressure wash that uses clean water streams to strip away dirt, bacteria, pesticide residues, and any contaminants that could compromise safety. Every piece of fruit is subjected to a rigorous cleansing process, monitored closely by automated systems and human supervisors to make sure nothing slips through the cracks. This step isn't just about hygiene, it's about ensuring trust. Consumers want frozen fruit they can serve directly to their families without worry, and this initial wash guarantees that the product entering the production line is as clean as possible. From there, the fruit enters the world of high-tech sorting. Unlike the traditional hand-picking of good and bad pieces, modern facilities rely on advanced sensors, cameras, and artificial intelligence to inspect each fruit at lightning speed. The machines evaluate size, color, ripeness, and shape with incredible precision, identifying even the smallest blemishes or imperfections. Any fruit that doesn't meet the strict quality standards is instantly removed from the conveyor, ensuring that only the very best move forward. This level of sorting creates consistency for the end consumer. You can open any bag of frozen fruit and know that every piece will be delicious, safe, and ready to eat. Once sorted, the fruit undergoes the most important part of the process: quick freezing. This is where the real magic happens. If you've ever wondered why frozen fruit can taste almost as good as fresh fruit, it's because of the speed at which freezing occurs. The fruit is placed into freezing chambers where temperatures plummet below -40 degrees Fahrenheit. In just minutes, the fruit's temperature drops so fast that tiny ice crystals form inside the cells. This is critical because slow freezing would create large ice crystals, which can rupture cell walls, turning fruit mushy when thawed. Quick freezing, on the other hand, preserves the fruit's structure, texture, and flavor, making it feel like you're eating something freshly picked even months later. Just as important, this process also helps lock in the nutrients, so vitamins and antioxidants remain intact until you're ready to enjoy them. After freezing, the fruit heads into packaging. At this stage, every batch is carefully weighed and portioned into specialized bags or containers made from moisture-resistant, temperature-safe materials. These packages are designed to withstand the challenges of long-distance shipping, constant freezing temperatures, and consumer storage at home. Each bag is clearly labeled with essential information such as the type of fruit, its origin, the date it was packed, and often recipe ideas or serving suggestions to inspire customers. This labeling not only builds transparency but also strengthens the connection between the consumer and the product, reassuring them of its safety and traceability. Of course, freezing and packaging would mean nothing without reliable transportation. That's where cold chain logistics come into play. From the moment the fruit leaves the production facility until it arrives at a supermarket freezer, it is maintained at below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Trucks equipped with advanced refrigeration systems ensure that the temperature never fluctuates, because even a small change could compromise quality. This seamless distribution system allows frozen fruits to travel across the entire country, reaching big city grocery stores and small town markets alike, all while maintaining the same farm-fresh flavor. What makes this process even more impressive is the industry's commitment to environmental sustainability. Frozen fruit producers are not just thinking about what's best for the consumer, they're also considering what's best for the planet. Many facilities now run on renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power, cutting down on carbon emissions. Water used in the washing process is filtered and recycled multiple times to reduce waste. Packaging has also seen innovation, with companies developing recyclable or biodegradable materials to reduce the impact of plastic on the environment. These practices ensure that enjoying frozen fruit isn't just convenient and healthy but also environmentally responsible. Beyond the technology and logistics, what really makes frozen fruit special is the role it plays in everyday life. For families across the United States, frozen fruit provides an affordable way to enjoy healthy food year-round, regardless of season. Parents can pack lunchboxes with smoothie packs, bakers can whip up blueberry muffins in January, and fitness enthusiasts can rely on frozen bananas or cherries for protein shakes after workouts. It has become a staple in American kitchens because it eliminates waste. You can use exactly what you need without worrying about the rest spoiling on the counter. In a country where food waste is a major issue, frozen fruit stands out as a smart solution. This blend of cutting-edge science, global distribution, and environmental awareness has transformed frozen fruit into much more than a backup for fresh produce. It represents the future of food preservation, offering consumers quality, safety, and nutrition in one simple package. The next time you open your freezer and grab a bag of strawberries or mango chunks, you'll know the incredible journey those fruits have been on, from farm to factory, through icy chambers and carefully monitored logistics. to end up in your kitchen ready to brighten your day. So the next time you make a smoothie, bake a pie, or even just enjoy a handful of frozen berries straight from the bag, remember that what you're tasting isn't just fruit. It's the result of decades of technological innovation and a global effort to make healthy eating accessible to everyone, everywhere at any time of year. And that's the true beauty of frozen fruit. It doesn't just freeze the fruit,